Welcome back to another podcast, another 3D8 podcast, a beautiful thing, beautiful gift. Before the cast, we started talking like crazy people because we just get along sometimes. And we were actually talking about the fact that I'm a terrible father, and my daughter was watching Alien and Aliens with me, and she really dug it, and she even cried at the end of it. And I think James Cameron did a great job with Aliens in like plugging any holes there could be for it. The only thing that always has bugged me is like how the Queen. Okay, there's spoiler alert right here. I'm going to stop you. Just pause for the next 10 or 15
seconds. What, like a 35-year-old movie?
Yeah. If you haven't watched it yet, you're wrong.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, so how did the Queen get on the ship, right? Because there's a scene that, there's not enough gap there for her to crawl into that leg piece for me. It bugs the shit out of me to this day. I don't know how you justify her being on the ship when it gets to the Sulaco. Plus the Space Marines are badass. So.
Oh, fucking nerd, dude. Are you serious with this shit, though?
What? You don't like Aliens?
No, I mean, it's an awesome movie, but you're, like, going to start picking it apart to being like, well, actually, she shouldn't even technically have been on the ship, so the movie is invalid.
I'm just wondering how she got up there, man. That's the only hole there was for me. And I was thinking about the timelines.
The movie's ruined. It's fucking ruined.
It's over now.
Shit.
The fact you could see the wires hanging from the ship as it flies around.
Hated it. Do you remember those dudes? What the fuck was that on? In Living Color? Do you remember the gay movie critics? Like Damon Wayans and who else?
No, I only remember the hell was the clown's name?
Homie
the clown.
Homie
don't play that.
I believe it was Shakes.
Clown?
Shakes the clown. But that's a good reference.
But I'm excited to get into 3 now, and then they all just kind of get progressively worse from there, right? So 3, and then the resurrection, and then it just...
What is your thought on Alien 3?
I liked Alien 3 when I was a kid. I really loved it, because it kind of just was the culmination. I think it was like a great piece de resistance, the final, piece. Let it go, And they named it aptly, too. They didn't go Aliens 3. They went Alien 3, so... You didn't like it?
I think I need to rewatch these.
I didn't care for it. A lot of people go on about the director's cut and how that's a great film and all that, and I've never really cared for it that much. I watch it periodically. It's not a bad movie. I don't love it.
I like the fact that you actually got to see what the alien sees for once. So I thought that was really cool, and it kind of introduced the thought of like hybrid aliens. So it was more, the alien was more doggy-like than people-like in the previous aliens, and I thought that was kind of neat. And it makes sense, right? Because they take over the genetics of whatever their host is. So,
well, I think talking about plot holes and stuff, I think it makes you think too much about the expanded universe of the films. Like the face huggers have a very specific way that they implant you with xenomorphs. So how does that work on other species that don't have mouths and shit like that?
Yeah. Yeah, they're built to do it to things with mouths. Well, that kind of
probably faces.
That probably narrows it down, right? So I guess every alien has a mouth in our universe from now on. Let's just go with that. Everybody's got a mouth.
This is a weird tangent y'all are going down.
It's not even a tangent. It's a good discussion.
We're talking about alien mouths. It's not a tangent. Alleged alien biology.
What I'd love to see re-released is like the when I was a kid, this was my jam, was the alien toys, like the Aliens toys. Those things were awesome. Yeah, each one came with a Dark Horse comic with how the alien came about. The one that always cracked me up was the scorpion alien. So is the face hugger like, boning a scorpion mouth? How did it make that alien? So the gorilla one made sense. Or the, what was the other one? The Queen face hugger. Really? Come on, guys. But the stories were cool.
I got a face hugger plushie in a loot crate, and it had a smiley face on it, so I gave it to my son when he was an infant.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't like it still, but I think it's cool.
That's wicked sick, yeah.
That's pretty rad. I also have one that's Leatherneck from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah, Leatherface?
Yeah, Leatherface, Leatherneck.
That's me. I'm the Leatherneck.
You're the Leatherneck. He's the Leatherface. Both like to cut people up.
Yes. I saw some interesting toys at Wally World the other day. They were Alien, actually. It's like they remade the toys, and it was very cool. It had the little egg and the face hugger with it. I don't know how the hell or why they were out at that particular time.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting timing since there's nothing, aliens going on right now in pop culture.
Yeah.
Wally World? Say Wally World?
Yeah, Wally World. Walmart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who says that?
I don't know. I do.
Okay.
But it had a cool little box too. It came in.
Trying to make like a what's that shit reference? What the fuck is that movie? You know what I'm talking about.
Beverly Hills Cop.
No, it's not it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's what it is to me.
It's like the National Lampoon's Vacation, maybe.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh, yeah. Talking about Wally World there. Yeah. Sorry, folks. Park's closed. Moose out front. Should have told you. Yeah, no. Talking about Walmart. So, oh man, I gotta be on the DL for this. But I was trying to find a Switch. Cannot fucking find them, bud. Anywhere. Really? Yeah, they're
interesting.
Out.
Yeah, it was like that when I was looking for them too.
It's like $400 or $500 too, and the wife's like,
yeah. And if you're trying to like pay scalper prices, sure.
Yeah, I was like, well, I bet we can find something better than that price. But
I downloaded an app. To be honest with you, I'll try to remember what the fuck it was called, but it was giving me alerts when shit was in stock.
Mm-hmm.
And like by the time I got to checkout, usually it would be gone. But I found one that was like at a store right next to me, and they were like, "Oh, we're not taking online orders, but we have 8 here, so if you can get here."
Nice.
And we talked to 10 other people, by the way, so just hurry up.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'd like to get that because Mario Party when I was a kid was awesome, and she's about that age now. So she'd have her friends over and tearing that up, and I'd be one to jump into and be like, "Oh, we're playing Mario Party, let's do it."
Dude, the dopest thing I want to tell you right now is the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo emulators. And they have a shit ton of games in them.
Yeah.
And listen, if you have Nintendo Online, you can play with your friends over the internet a 2-player game.
Nice.
As if you were sitting, like you can play old school Mario, 2 players with your friend in fucking Japan.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's rad. Very rad.
That, and I saw like the Tetris 99. I love Tetris, dude. I'm a Tetris geek.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, like,
I just got first place. That's what I posted in our other chat.
Nice. Yeah, so that's like a battle.
It's hard as fuck. It's so sweaty.
Yeah, I bet it is. And I love it, dude. I'm good at Tetris. I just installed the Tetris effects, and I'm like,
look up Super Mario 35.
I did. I laughed my ass off. I laughed my ass off.
So fun.
Okay, I have the Tetris effects though, and I'm like top 6% in the world for score playing, and like I've only had it for 2 weeks, so I geek on Tetris, dude. I love Tetris.
It's good shit.
Yeah, but
we're the Game Boy generation. That's what it was. I mean, we had Tetris and like what the fuck else. I mean, Tetris was like the funnest.
Dr. Mario. That's cool.
Pretty much Tetris.
Kind of, yeah.
With viruses,
and pills.
Bunch of fucking COVID-19.
But fucking pills everywhere. Murph doesn't want to switch. He's done with consoles.
I used to have a Switch. I sold it. I didn't use it for anything. I mean, I played a couple games on it. I just never really used it. I did cancel my Xbox Live account though after 14 wonderful years.
Wow.
Why would you do it?
I'm not used. I've literally have not turned my Xbox on. I can't even remember the last time I turned it on.
Well, why wouldn't you sell that though?
I mean, I might. I don't know.
The Xbox or his account? Hey.
Get it.
I mean, he's got all those games on his account. It's probably worth money. I bet if you sold your account, it'd be worth
all
money.
Those sweet achievements unlocked.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Good level 80 paladin.
Yeah. Because
nerds.
That's not on Xbox, though.
You keep calling us nerds, but you talked a lot about the Switch just a minute ago.
And you know what a paladin is, so that's like a dead giveaway.
Never said it wasn't a nerd. Just wanted to clarify that you're also...
The Great WoW always tries to pull me back, but I just know there's a divorce at the end of that tunnel, so I try to avoid it as hard as I can.
You know, I played it recently, not somewhat recently, like 3-4 months ago. And
I'll just play a couple times.
Well, I did because I'm not playing it now, so that's how that worked. But seriously, this is probably the first time in my life that I've really understood people that don't get video games. Because I was playing it and I'm like, what am I doing right now? Like, whether you're level 1 or level 100, everything's the same. Like, you just have different spells or attacks or whatever. Like, you're either going to get something, you have to find 10 of something, or you need to kill 10 of something. Like, it's just the same shit over and over and over again.
Yep. You got to pull out the livers of a specific animal, but not every one of those animals has a liver. But last I checked in anatomy, there was a liver in everything that is existing in that way. But,
not in Azeroth.
Magic.
Yeah. Well, I share that with my cousin Bob. That's classic, dude. Hey, WoW was awesome. Good for the nerds that dig it, you know. Others dig shooters. I nerded on some shooters. I think it's kind of interesting. This kind of alludes to, like, the culture that doesn't understand the gaming culture and how it's still there. And, like, my wife is like, I don't know how, why are you still playing games? You're old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because that's our
multi-billion-dollar industry.
That's our jam, man. That's what we grew up on. That's what we're used to, right? I mean,
that's insane to think, though. Like, you can't just call it like a culture anymore. I mean, like a casual thing. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry now.
Yeah.
People's jobs are just to play video games.
It's crazy. They're making a lot of money.
I think it goes beyond that too. I think it goes into like deeper psychology and like our old primitive instincts. Like, men especially, but humans in general, are competitive by nature. And we don't have to fight for our food these days. Like, we just go to the grocery store. But it's still ingrained in us to be competitive in some sort of way. So people play sports, they watch football, they yell at their TV because it helps their team somehow. We play video games, like they play golf. You know, we still do things to be competitive.
That's a good thought, actually. And then it probably triggers some dopamine at some point.
So you're saying that I play Call of Duty to earn my Whopper in my mind?
Yeah, man. Which makes sense.
Subconsciously.
No.
What happens when you get
That's what I heard.
when you get the win?
Sorry.
You feel good.
Yep.
When you lose, it sucks, but you're willing to go back and go for that win again.
Happens so rarely too.
You think we're just like Pavlovian at this point? Like we're little puppies waiting for our dinner bell? We're going to get it.
The games do make like a lot of flashy things and like sounds and shit to encourage you.
Yeah, especially with like loot crates and all that shit.
Oh, man.
Or like mobile games, freemium games.
Oh,
like they're designed to make you have that kind of response.
Yep, and they feel a lot like if you're getting like, so say you do get a loot crate and you pop it and you can watch it. It feels a lot like, to me, the same thing when you pop a slot machine.
Mm-hmm.
Ting, 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 and you're like, oh yeah, this is the big one. When it hits, it's going to be big. It just feels that way. So they're tapping into the addictive personality of humankind, and it's kind of neat. And then kind of like that along the personality thought, I was actually shopping with her this weekend, which is just me following her around and telling her how great everything is that she's pointing out. But I was looking at it, and I was like, rampant consumerism is real. Like, I'm just looking at, I picked up a toy and I looked at this car toy and it was a van. Like, you remember Matchbox? Like, they had the badass racing cars. Well, I picked this one up. It was a Matchbox and it was just like a moving van. It's like,
moving van.
Somebody's bought this.
Like one of those Econoline E350s that kidnaps kids.
Yeah.
You're
just like, somebody's buying this. That's why they're making it. It is. It's rampant. Everybody just buys everything. And instant gratification is so real. It's out of this world. And I just am like, bleh.
Do you think kids have more imagination these days since they're exposed to so many more things via technology? Like, this kid needs that van to flesh out his little miniature city that he has in his mind?
No. I think it's the opposite. Remember, we didn't have all the tools when we were kids, man. I used my imagination extensively to do things we've talked before, with the SS injector, and the paperclip spaceship, like we came up with that shit to fill the gaps. Whereas kids nowadays just are pandered to. Here you go. Here's your thing. Don't worry about it. You don't need to imagine nothing. Here's a Nerf gun that shoots all the way across the room. You don't even have to make the pew pew noise anymore. And that's the way I feel. Like, I look at my kid play and I'm just like, what are you doing? Well, there's not this. I'm missing that. And Use your imagination. Fill in the gaps.
Paperclip spaceship. What the fuck?
Oh my god, we already covered this.
You're so ghetto, dude.
Hey, when you're a kid and you're wanting to play, you can make a toy out of anything.
I remember sitting in school, like when I was real young, my pencils would be like little flashlights or little spotlights.
Nice. Yeah.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Yeah, I would use, these are the old number 2 pencils. These are not mechanical pencils. Yeah. But there's the lead or the graphite at the very tip. And then there's like the little bit of wood underneath that's cut.
Yeah.
And that to me with this flashlight and the actual shaft, I guess, if you will, of the pencil was like the beam. So I pretend those are like spotlights, like looking for little things on my desk, like little dudes that had escaped and whatnot. That's kind of weird.
No, man.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That's kids. That's imagination land, when you're not engaged as a child, what are you going to do? Well,
you're like, look, I don't have time to learn my times tables, okay? I'm playing with my pencils right now, teacher.
Exactly. Now it's, can I get the next best app? So I don't have to think about anything. Here it is. I've got this app in my face, and I can just play that. Oh, who needs to imagine? But
I'm going to order things on my phone, and I need it to be here tomorrow.
But you know what? Mini Murph sat there with a pencil and entertained himself for probably hours.
He did.
Well,
you guys sound like such boomers. I can't wait until I get some biotech. Get some implant shit just to make my brain go faster. It's going to be awesome.
I don't think you're going to have any more inherent speed with your brain.
Fucking robot legs.
That's okay. I mean, you might get that. Speaking of that, I've been playing that Deus Ex lately. That's a really good game. So, if you dig that kind of thing, you should check it out.
Do you remember that time you tried to stream it and didn't have any audio?
It was dumb, wasn't it?
What was the solution to that? I forget.
I just had to, unmute my audio.
It would have been the other way around and just audio and no video. It'd be like, what are you talking about, dude?
I was streaming with his audio muted.
It was bad. I'm like, I changed the settings, everything should be good. What's that? Why is that speaker have an X on it? That's weird.
No problem.
I did message you too. I was like, don't watch this.
I saw that. Yeah.
Watch this next part. I'm an idiot.
That's so stupid.
What a dumbass. So yep, I was looking for the old switcheroony.
Speaking of games, remember the other night when we kicked kid's ass and his friends?
That was funny. And now I've also realized that my daughter's not talking to any 12-year-old boys. So there's that.
Whoa, what's this? What happened?
Well, there was a moment of what the hell is that one?
What?
What's that game?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Among Us.
Among Us. And we were stomping these 12-year-old kids. It was pretty fun.
So my second kid, he's 12 years old, and we were playing with like him and 7 of his friends.
Yeah, they were chatty little bastards.
Or I was, and Chris jumped in there, played a couple games, and we kicked their ass. We both ended up being the imposters.
Yep.
The dude and I.
And of course, I'm the odd man out, so I was instant voted. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're super sus. They were like, we don't know this guy.
Every time. Suspect. He's definitely it. Whatever.
But they sound like such virgins, though.
Oh, yeah, super simpy. It was hilarious. What was the one comment that just had me go, oh, boy. Do I call the doctor now? Should I call 911? Oh, yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. Hey, my cat won't shut the hell up.
Oh, that kid.
Should I strangle it? What?
No.
It was a serious question, too. Like, I think that was the moment in his life where somebody could have made a statement and just sent him into
changed him
into sadism. Yeah, like, oh yeah, man, for sure you should choke it. Sounds way better when it gurgles.
Are we talking about like an actual cat here?
Yes. Yeah. He's like that cat.
Meowing.
He's like,
what a weird thing, man.
Should I just pick it up and choke? Should I just strangle it?
He must be some sort of badass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, right?
These are the things that 12-year-olds that have been stuck in the house for a year think about.
Should I just strangle this cat?
Although, let me say, my 12-year-old is living his best fucking life right now. If he would never have to go outside again, he would love it.
Yeah.
I would have loved this, too, as a teenager, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like a $2,000, $3,000 computer, fucking gaming chair, his own room.
Let me think, what was 12 years old?
FiOS. Fucking ridiculous.
12 years old, I started playing like Battlezone and stuff on PC. That was a lot of fun.
Trying to download one picture of it took 17 minutes.
That's right.
Do you remember it loading line by line?
Doesn't pick up the phone.
Hey, Mom, get off the phone.
I'm trying to look at a tag.
Get off the goddamn phone. What was the code? *67 or something? This is so good. Just to hang up, I'll call like the.
I think it's *69, wasn't it?
That's the call back. *67. *67 canceled it from beeping in on the other line.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can.
*67 on Verizon phones lets you mask your number when you call out. FYI.
Nice. Maybe that's what it was.
I've been using that a lot since I've been working from home.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I remember that dial-up. That was awesome. The sound. Remember cheating? Remember cheating the AOLs to try to get a little bit of internet time? Yeah, I'm new to AOL. Create a new username every time they send you those CDs. Dude, there's
at any store they had like stacks of them.
Yeah, man. 10 minutes at a time, but I got my internet.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, nerds. Hey, but I love it. So yeah, back to Aliens. I can't wait, man. We're gonna watch Alien 3, and that's gonna be cool. And then we're gonna jump into the Predator series. That'll be pretty cool. And then we're gonna do AVP, which is just I don't know. The first one is okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the first one. It's all right.
The second one was just an abortion.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing I really appreciate about the first AVP is, I'm assuming you've seen it, right, dude?
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a scene when they're in Antarctica and the team has like gone down the borehole or whatever, and there's just still like 2 or 3 dudes up top, and the Predator ship flies over them, and it is completely silent as it goes by. You just see it in the background. And I thought that was really kind of nice because every spaceship in every movie has to make noise for some reason, like a ton of noise. Even in space, which doesn't make sense, but that's a whole different thing. But you would think that an advanced technology, an advanced race would have some sort of stealth, right, when their ship flies by.
Oh, yeah.
And just the way that they did that, I really appreciated it. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things like that in movies that people do regarding noise. Like I was interested in watching, so we were watching the end of the Aliens, and I like how that was just all chaotic, the noise. And I paid attention to the noise and the scenery and how they had just built up this chaos. And we got done with the scene down on the planet. And the kid's like, my toes were curled the whole time, right? And I'm like, yeah, they did. They built up this kind of chaos, and they bring you to the silence of the Sulaco, and it just changes the mood of the scene when it gets dirty. You know what I mean? It becomes more personal for some reason, just the way they did that. I thought that was kind of neat too. That Alien 2, we picked up Alien Isolation, started playing it right away. It does a really good, like you can...
Oh my God.
You could stop, you could finish Alien, pick up Alien Isolation, and it's perfect.
Dude, I love Alien Isolation. That team, those developers did such a good job capturing like the mood, the aesthetics, the atmosphere, everything from the first 2 films. Like, it's unbelievable.
That's one of the only games that I've sweat on a controller because I was uncomfortably nervous, like trying to get through certain areas. I just felt they captured the mood and they relay it to the gamer. So. Yeah,
for sure.
Like you could just feel the tension in the air without a doubt. So, yeah. So I'm pretty obsessed with Alien stuff because Space Marines and Aliens. That's why my jam is Aliens more than Alien. So I like my Space Marines. Matter of fact, we had a guy that used to quote Apon every day. He'd be out just screaming it when we were teaching students. every formation a parade. Jesus Christ, man. Cracking me up, dude. Too good. Marines are dumb. So, yeah.
Space Force.
Yeah, Space Force, what's up? The kid was like, well, Space Marines real? What do you have to do for that? And she was asking some pretty interesting questions. I think she might be trying to do the thing, and I'm going to be like, you need to just go ahead and go to college, kid, because Daddy already did that, and you don't need to go just get ran through by a bunch of Marines. It's just not okay. So, but she's like, hey, is that a machine gun? Daddy, have you ever fired a machine gun? How many missiles did you fire? Holy shit, babe. No missiles. Daddy didn't do any missiles.
So I'd join the Air Force. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's like a resort.
Yeah. I don't think she'd be one that would be okay with that. She would need a challenge. She would need to be.
Go to school and be an officer, man.
Yes,
That is definitely what I would either have done differently, or if I had stayed in, that's the way I would have gone.
If you'd had some proper guidance, right?
Yep. That's what I tell everybody that gets in. I'm like, look, man, pursue the O side of things. You have to. So.
Oh, hopefully, your boy will do that.
Yeah.
Keep that shit in mind and not let other shit just because it just becomes fun and then you get complacent.
Yep.
Because doing warrant officer is a lot of work, man. You got to be on your shit all the time.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
And it gets tiresome. Fair.
I think he'll do it. I hope he does it. That's the way to go. And we give him a lot of shit, and there's a couple that I would probably just love the punch if I ever see him in the real world. You know who you are. But other than that, I mean, it's an essential part of the unit. So.
Talking about that kid with the hair. What's his name?
What?
What's his name? The kid with the hair.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. He did the webinar.
Oh, no.
The ACI kid.
No.
I forgot what his name is anyway.
But, the one that tried to NJP me because one of my Marines had a fucking Playboy. I hope you listen to this and hear it someday, you fucking turd.
I got a back scratcher in my hand, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. It's a good recoup. I got an ear scratcher in my hand. I got this really bad habit of using pen caps for scratching ears, and it's not a good idea.
That's fucking gross.
Well, it's not gross until I eat it afterwards. Then that's gross.
Is that gross, though?
I'm just putting it back into the
It's
pool.
hard to take it there, huh?
Jesus Christ.
That's cool.
That's disgusting.
I mean, do what you want to do, man.
Hey. My wife asked me earlier. She goes, hey, is 8 inches about like that? It's like, you see it every time, baby.
You're like,
and then she goes, so is it more like this?
How the hell would I know?
So, I was thinking about that too earlier. Like, how much male ego is driven by, like, your cock size? That's fucking crazy, man. Like, everybody, and at least for me it was when I was a kid, you're driven by, like, my shit's either not big or right, it is too big, or I don't know what it is, it's not right. And really, you got to be in a certain percentage to have something that's not compatible with most ladies. On the low side and on the high side. So it's interesting to me that we're so driven by that thought as a male species, where women don't really give a shit. Most of them don't really give a shit one way or the other. So what do you suppose that is?
I don't know, man. Tell me.
I don't know. All I know is when Duder fucking jumped off the top bunk and dropped his tree trunk in my face, like I've said before, that I was like, that's not normal. And then I kind of look at myself, and I'm like, I look around the room, and I'm like, okay, I stack up about average. It's fine. But why is there so much? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but there's something tied to that, like your self-perception of masculinity is driven by your business until you're exposed.
So I think the question is that a natural instinct, or is that something that society has impressed upon us?
That is a good question.
I think it's probably society, honestly.
You think so? I don't remember.
For the most part.
It's
the Washington Monument's fault. Just tear that shit down.
I mean, can you imagine some cavemen, some cave people?
Yeah.
Like in a group, and the ladies are like, that dude has a big cock. I'm going to sleep with him. I don't think
they were allowed to talk or had the choice.
They grunted it. Yes, well, that's part of it. They grunted it out.
Yeah, I just can't remember growing up and having anybody tell me, oh, well, your penis size should dictate your manhood. I still remember that.
I do honestly remember, though, this is one of like those things where life kind of changes for you. You know, like as a kid, I think for a lot of kids, like you watch TV or whatever, and the good guys always win. So things are just sort of a certain way. And then all of a sudden you see a show or a movie where the good guy doesn't win, or if the good guy dies or whatever. And that changes. You're like, whoa, I never thought about this. I do remember in school, in high school, when a female friend of mine told me that this other kid had a really big dick. And I was like, whoa, seriously? Like, because I'm fine with what I have. You know, I've never had any complaints about it personally or from anyone else. I'm totally okay with it. And then she's like, yeah, this dude has this really big dick. And I'm like, whoa. Because then all of a sudden, I'm kind of like, wait, am I okay? Like, am I losing malehood? That's right. Is this a contest?
Isn't that crazy? That's real. I mean, maybe that is society driven because you were fine up until that point, right? You're like, it's whatever.
Maybe she meant it in a bad way and you took it the wrong way.
That can happen too.
I don't know.
She's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I just don't really give a shit.
Rip you in half
anymore. Like, I think I cared at one point, but now I'm just kind of like, it's a tool.
I think you should be mad at this point. It doesn't really matter anymore since you're married.
It worked, obviously.
I think it must be society driven because people have so much choice now. Whereas, like, even back 50 years ago, you did not have a lot of options.
Yeah.
You know, you married the girl next door or whatever because you're in your town of 200 people.
Yeah, but I think it is something you grow out of as you age. Like I said. Well.
Here it is. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, it's what I got to bring to the table, and I don't really care.
That's what they got penis pumps for.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. You use one of those? I never have.
I never have, but apparently they exist.
I don't know what they do. I don't know if I want to try and treat it like a balloon.
I wonder if you could pop something like cause damage.
I was going to say I'd be stupid enough to keep pumping.
Imagine, and like your whole dick turns purple.
Oh my god, that would
suck. You can't get it up for like months.
Oh no, I'd probably kill people actually if I. That's a tough.
Just walk away with a floppy dick.
No, I'd be sweating just spanking it anyway. Nothing might come out, but I'll be trying like hell.
Just try.
I'd fucking
do it.
I'd kill somebody if I couldn't. Like I tell them I'm like, I gotta get the poison out. Whether you can help me or not, but I gotta get it out. If not, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Out, though. That's what are you talking about?
I know that's what's the worst. I'd probably spend an entire month trying to get it out. I wouldn't be able to move.
You had a vasectomy, you fucking dumb shit. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm not talking about the sperm itself, but the release that comes with having the O. I gotta have that. It's gotta be. I gotta dump whatever I got in there, whatever fluids there are, whatever I can. So.
Like cracking your knuckles.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I'll fucking freak out.
If you say so.
If I stopped, I'd probably hit people all day long. There's a lot of testosterone I gotta get rid of. So. Yeah. Hey, 1, 2, 3 times a day, I don't care. I'm still 18 in my brain. My body doesn't feel it. My brain's all about it, though.
Just walking around with a floppy blistered dick.
Hey, I am. But it's fine.
And a heart back.
Still better than a porta shitter.
Hell yeah. Amen.
So, yeah, that was the one about aliens. So that's fun. Speaking of, you know what else, though? Like, what a cool concept, right? That they implant that egg into that person. So, why doesn't that person just bite down and die?
I don't know. It's kind of jarring, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, they're not awake for it, right? And then they kind of breathe.
You mean when the face hugger hits them?
That's right, yeah.
I don't think they know what's happening. You know, at first, they know they're being attacked and something's being jammed into their throat.
Right.
But I think they're struggling to get it out more than bite it.
But you can't because you're getting choked at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and then what are you doing? What's it doing? It's depositing that egg right in your gut? Well, there's a lot of stomach acid, but it won't matter, I guess, because they're...
I would think that it's not your stomach.
She got that with shit out. Are you guys going to watch Prometheus as well, I assume, right?
I don't like Prometheus.
I don't think so.
What? It's part of the fucking series.
No, I wouldn't count that as part of the series.
Of course it is.
No, that's when the original creator tried to recoup it and take it back after James Cameron did a great job. No, it's just like
they're the creators of us and the aliens, so it's just like two split species.
No.
They're like our gods.
I don't like it.
Prometheus started a weird fucking thing.
Yeah, they went down a weird path with that. But
it's part of
David and everything, and just no.
David's cool too.
No, I don't think it's part of the canon. In my canon, I don't count it as canon.
Oh, okay, nerd.
It's its own thing. I really can't. Right. I mean, it's just the. It was like
just canards.
It's like he just came back and tried to recapitalize on his own idea, but James Cameron did a fine job with it.
Who's the director that did District 9?
Michael Bloomfield? Is it Bloomfield?
Movie.
No.
He was originally, I don't know if they had done any paperwork or if they were just in talks, but he was originally slated to do Alien 5.
Yep.
Which became Prometheus, which is sad, but
yeah,
I really would have liked to see what he.
Yeah, because District 9 is a fun movie. Let's see how close I was. Neil Blomkamp.
I still think you should watch Prometheus.
Blomkamp. I've seen it. I've seen Prometheus, and I've seen the sequel to that. What was it? Coruscant or
Covenant.
Oh
my god, Covenant! I almost walked out of the theater on that one, man.
Disgusting. So dumb. It would have been fun in its own right, but to try to invade. And the thing that the little alien that came out of the... What? Dude, I about died. What are you fucking talking about right here? He's standing there just kind of waving, hey! Step fuck up. Get out. I probably should have left too, you're right.
We need to do like a mini episode just on fucking aliens and Prometheus and Covenant and shit like that.
Kind of like what we just did, honestly. But we should just continue this conversation next week.
Yeah, because I could probably go on for this for another half hour.
Oh, dude, it's good stuff. Yeah, we should do that. We should go down sequentially down the order of the films, right? And then
sounds horrible.
Oh, so we'll just do a 2-man episode.
Sounds great.
You're fucking coming with us anyway. I gotta hear how great your engineers are with the big face hugger that basically sexed on the engineer. God. That was so dumb.
Oh my god!
What?
And then the weird alien head thing that came out at the end of Prometheus. Oh.
Okay, cool.
The protomorph.
The protomorph.
Or no, was it neomorph? I can't. It's either proto or neo.
No, Neo was on the Covenant one. Those are the neomorphs.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh well.
Fucking Ridley Scott, man.
He ruined it. Hey, Ridley Scott, if you want to sponsor this podcast, just so you know.
Suck a dick.
If you want us to write the next Alien for you,
oh my
we
God,
will do
dude,
that.
We could write a great Alien, I think.
I will do that. We will help you out.
I read this book once that was really good that I should go into at some other time, but it was really good. So there's some really good culture out there for that if you like that stuff. What a bunch of nerds. Anyway, I think that's about it. We're out of time for our session of therapy and complaining about the Alien movies and universe. So, anybody want to add anything really good to this at all?
No.
Well, good. Fuck you guys then. On that note, I think we'll wrap it up. It's good to talk to everybody again. Do it again next week.